What what should we start with, quote wise?
Um, I mean, if I'm honest, I just want to do Bane again.
Bane again.
Can we? I mean, can we get away with just doing Bane? I mean, if we could do Bane every week, I'd be happy with doing Bane.
I don't know, like he's got to have. He doesn't sound like a Mad Max though, does he?
I know, but I mean, it's just you can't go wrong with the old. I was born in the dark.
No, that's. I mean, it
I
is
mean, you
good.
can't. And what?
It's a
And
good
what? I
name.
mean, you merely adopted it. I don't know what. I don't really. I don't really know any other. I mean, you can't really do any other impressions of him. I don't think.
I do feel like it's probably the one where he's got the most speech, but it's just we've done it before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I couldn't even quote any of the films he's in somehow.
Ah, well, do you know what? We'll have a better idea. Let's come back to after we've done the team, and we'll just do it then.
All right. All right.
Right. So I guess team name next. Anything that doesn't use a character we've already picked? I can't imagine so.
No, they're not great this week. I'm not saying they ever were, but I do think last week I set a bit of a bar. Um, but I've got a list of a few. So I'll just go through them as always. I've got player cake.
Oh, that's good.
Right, layer cake. He was a very small part in that. I went with another Kerim Fry one actually because after last week with I can't remember which one it was, but one of the many James Bond films with Dye in it, I changed to Kerim Fry. So I put Tinker Tailor Kerim Fry.
Yeah.
Just about works. And um, the Dirt Kite Rises.
No. I
Depends how you
appreciate the
pronounce
effort.
it. Depends how you pronounce it. It's changed a few times. A few years ago, when people said kite instead of carrot, that would have been amazing. Um, oh, I've got Mad Max Peter Drury Road.
What?
we're bringing in commentator names now. That's how bad things are getting.
Jeez.
Oh, I've brought back a traditional fantasy football name, which isn't one I've created, but it's like an age-old fantasy football team name, which is PK Blinders.
Fine. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've just come up with one now, which I'm actually very happy with, and I think that's definitely the one I'm going to go with, which is Paul Inception.
Fine. I'm all right with that.
It takes a while, but when you get there, it's worth it. It's worth the journey. Have you got any?
None that can rival that. I was going to say Thomas Inception, but
Oh no.
no, no, I'm only messing. I
Oh
wonder if anyone will ever update it to be Thomas rather than Paul.
yeah. Well, I don't. It's not going that way now, is it?
I mean, that's got to be tough. The only other one would be just obligatory shout out to Rangers, Bangers.
Oh yeah, you love a
But
good
you know,
Scottish football
always
reference.
got to mention them, haven't you? You can't not. So
Yeah.
there you go.
The question is though, will you be mentioning Ibrox yet again this week in the stadium?
There's a way of getting Mad Max into that, but it it would have been along the line of I cannot say this. I've tried this many times. It would have been along the lines of I Max Ibrokotansky or something like that, but I can't.
Oh right.
It just doesn't quite click. So that was
It's
a long
actually
way to say no.
that surely there's a way, and again, just like you said, it's I don't even know if I want to try saying it, but is there a way, considering the Rokotansky, of mixing it with Reading Stadium, the Majewski?
Oh, and it's got mad at the start as well, hasn't it? Majeski.
Yeah, mad. Oh no, oh, bloody hell, that's too much. But we could go with that and then just try and
Mad
just write it
Max
down somewhere.
Majeski Max.
Oh yeah, go for that. Go for that.
Oh, there's also you could have had Eddie Ibrox.
Oh no, we can't do Ibrox again.
No, I know. I'm just forcing Rangers into this. Even Stevie G.
Are you
Um,
sponsored by that water that Stephen Gerrard's sponsored by? Um,
I wish.
but yeah, that would have been a good one though. But I think it's between the two. I think go for the non-ranges while we can.
Okay, Medeski Max.
Mad. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Fine. Yeah, it'll come out in the wash. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to spell Medeski. This is. Gee whiz.
I think there's a J in there somewhere, but it's where you least expect it. It might even be at the start. I don't know.
I once had a food tech teacher whose name was Chopaway, but it was spelt CZOPOWYJ.
Jesus.
I'm not sure that'll make the final cut, but just interesting tidbit in it. Evening, Miss Chopaway.
I think it's been one of them episodes. I think it's probably the main thing I'm going to put in.
Change the episode name to like teachers from school.
Yeah. Well, we can always win because we just make them up. Well, you weren't there. Oh, right. Okay. To mark the release of Venom 2, this week's episode of the Fancy Football podcast is focused on the characters of Tom Hardy. You a fan of Tom Hardy, David?
Yeah, like a casual fan, I think. I feel like this is definitely more a you than me.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. But he's in so many films and he's such a good actor. It's hard to not like him somewhere.
Yeah, I've got like a few mainstreamy type films that I think there's nothing here that other people wouldn't know. So maybe you're going to be like our left field picks today. So that'll be interesting. I will hopefully.
Well, it's weird because I'm always used to you doing the left field stuff, but yeah, we'll have to see what we come up with. I've already got 2 picks in the actual starting 11, but I don't know where to start with for manager. Say.
No, I mean the only one. Sometimes we like to have a manager and an assistant duo.
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe you could do the Cray brothers, but I also feel like they'd be pretty solid in the team. But Ronnie and Reggie Cray from Legend, I think it is. They could be the managerial duo. Feels a bit weird, but
yeah. To be honest, that was the one pick in the team I had because I was thinking of having them as like a centre back partnership. But then at the same time, yeah, it'd be a bit of a, dare we say it yet again, Cowley brothers thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they do probably work better as centre backs. I can't imagine them managing a team.
Actually, one manager that would be a bit of an interesting one. He did in probably the worst rated Tom Hardy film of recent times. He played Al Capone.
Ah, okay.
So Al Capone could be manager. He did play an old senile Al Capone though, so it's kind of, it would be a bit of an iffy choice, but
I'm all right with Al Capone. I'll scratch the other bit, but I'm all right with Al Capone.
For assistant, actually, like I've not actually seen Peaky Blinders ever, but I know he's in that, and from what I can tell, it seems like he's a bit of like a schemer, so maybe he'd be a good assistant.
Yeah, I also haven't seen Peaky Blinders, despite saying mainstream.
Yeah, well, that's like it feels. I feel like it has to be somewhere, but I genuinely couldn't tell you anything about it apart from the fact that him and Cillian Murphy are in it. And after that, I have no idea. So maybe put those two from a film and a TV show I've never actually seen, and get them out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I gather this guy's name is Alfie Solomons, so we've got Al and Alfie. So
yeah. And and I think everyone in Peaky Blinders is a bit like scheming and kind of streetwise. So it's perfect like assistant manager kind of setup.
Yeah, works for me. So we've already got the centre back sorted.
Yeah, true.
Don't think there's any argument there on the Crays.
No, I think if anything, for once, the biggest bit of competition in this will be goalkeeper because I feel like any Tom Hardy character would be quite good in goal.
Who's your first pick?
I think it's tough because he's got just every character he has is so strong. It's going to be a really tough team. I think maybe we should get goalkeeper out of the way. Actually, do you remember where we put Bane in the DC villains episode? Was that in goal?
I keep all my notes, of course, so I'll go back through.
I was wondering that actually.
I feel like we'd have made him an enforcer.
Yeah, maybe he's a central. Actually, probably, I think he was a central midfielder, wasn't he? Because he was like the thinker.
Oh yeah. We had Bane. We had Bane up front.
Did we? Oh right, okay. I didn't expect that. Well, okay. Well, Bane's not in goal then. So I think should we put Venom in goal?
Agile, yeah. Quite
Venom
intimidating.
Venom / Eddie Brock, because he has the option of being both, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I'd mostly like him to be Venom, but maybe every now and then just at like community outreach events.
Yeah. But yeah, right. I mean, that's the one thing that puts me off is that Eddie Brock's notably kind of a bit kind of nervous, and so he's not really who you want in goal. But I expect Venom to jump in when you need him to. Yeah. So I'm trying to think like fullbacks, because I feel like we need to keep four at the back because then we can have the centre back partnership. Because if we have a third in there, I don't know if that's going to go down too well.
I wondered.
Yeah,
this could be like fullback or maybe a centre mid, but basically somewhere that runs a lot. I wondered about Mad Max.
Yeah, true. You need, especially a quick defender. Definitely, that would be suited to a fullback, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I reckon Mad Max at fullback seems a nice.
Yeah. Well, we
I
could.
can't tell his surname for the life of me. Rokotansky or something.
Yeah. Have him at right back.
Yeah.
As always, we have the problem where we don't know who to put at left back.
Whoa.
There is a film. There was a film called Warrior where he played a cage fighter. He might be good at left back.
You ever seen it?
Nope. This is I've got 2 pages of Microsoft Word. Page 1 is all the things I've seen. Page 2 is the rest. So,
have you got anyone you've seen who would be good at fullback or?
Well, there's a few, but I'm saving them.
Okay.
So unless we can go back to it.
Dude, let's skip it. Let's because I have no idea about Warrior or the Cage. I'm starting to realize I've probably seen less Tom Hardy than I thought.
Yeah, well, I thought, I've seen every film he's in, and then I'm like, no, I've seen him about 6 films out of however many. But yeah, so I think actually I've got a wing option, which I think would be quite good.
Oh, okay.
And that is the character of Farrier from Dunkirk.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen Dunkirk?
I have indeed.
Yes, because you'll know exactly why. Then I nearly put him at left back, but I thought, well, if he flies a Spitfire or similar, I'm not very good at things like that. But he's on the wing, of course.
Yeah, plain wing, sorted.
Yeah, has to be. I think I was thinking personally up front. As much as if we can get to up front, then we can keep Bane there and not contradict ourselves from a past episode. But I feel like Charles Bronson has to go up front.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I think though, I'm trying not to make the Dean Windass comparison again, but it's been a fair few episodes since we have. So let's just say Charles Bronson would be the Dean Windass of the team.
Well, when you've had a career like Dean Windass,
yeah,
you're bound to get mentioned in most football podcasts.
I'd like to think so. He's one of them go-tos, I think.
Yeah, you're talking about like Messi, Ronaldo, Dean Windass.
Yeah. Have you got any thoughts after that?
I'm quite low on thoughts. So Bane, I can't see why we put Bane up front, but I guess he must have been like the best option for DC Villains team as a striker.
Yeah, I think
so maybe for a Tom Hardy, we could pop him in midfield.
Yeah, I think
so. He works. Enforcer, Beefcake. got a real strong core then, the Craze and Bane.
Yeah.
And Bronson up front. I mean, it's not exactly not a weak team, is it?
Oh, definitely not. And actually, I was thinking other wing. We could put. Have you ever seen Inception?
Yes.
We could put Eames from Inception in because he's a bit like tricky.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great shout.
And then after that, I'm lost.
Have you done any voice acting?
That's a good question. It'd be good to have a bit of a curveball one of those. I don't think he does really.
He's got quite a versatile voice, hasn't he?
Yeah, so it's weird he hasn't really, because that would have made sense. Sadly, he hasn't for our sake. He was the baddie in a Star Trek film, but I've not seen that one. So,
Ooh, do you like Star Trek?
not really.
No, it doesn't do a lot for me either. Do we actually like pop culture? What are we doing here? What's happened?
I don't think we like it as much as we thought we did.
While we stall for time and some Google time, why don't I throw out some other franchises we may or may not like?
Yeah, go on.
I mean, he definitely is an extra somewhere in Star Wars. I'm sure of it.
Oh right, yeah, pulling that one again, are you?
Yeah, I mean, like no, but just do you like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Sequel, prequel.
Well, it's weird because the original three, obviously, like, you know, are sort of better regarded than the prequel trilogy, but like there is a special place in my heart for the prequel trilogy because when we were little, they were massive when Episode 1 came out.
Yeah, so I love Jar Jar. So
yeah, exactly.
And Maul's a great villain.
Yeah, Darth Maul shouldn't. Spoiler alert! Shouldn't have got cut in half so early. He should have been in it for way longer. And that was at the time. That was my only problem with the film. And then later, it turned out everybody hated it. And I was like, well, I thought it was all right apart from that. But then I was about 6 or something, so maybe that's why. But I just thought it was great.
Yeah, I think they bring him back in Clone Wars and stuff. So he's still around. He's still doing some stuff. Good for Maul. Was that enough time? Do you want me to do another franchise?
I'm just trying to think who else we can use that's worth using. Because the thing is, he's in a film called Locke, and I'm not sure if you've ever seen that.
I don't think I have. Who's he playing it?
He plays Ivan Locke, and it's a film where he the whole film is him in the car driving around calling people, and it's a really, really good drama, but it's not really who you want in like a football team. It's not really even someone notable that you'd be like, oh, brilliant, that's a good one.
You could say though that in that case he's got a bit of a motor.
Yeah, you could.
And then they could be the engine in midfield, or we could just chuck him at left back to get that out of the way.
Yeah, mate, I think he's a left back choice, really.
No, I love Ashley Cole. So just respect for left backs. Just
it's funny how much we dismiss the left back position, and we actually have nothing against left backs, and probably some of the most like iconic and likable players are left backs, I think, over the last forever. But you know,
Robbie Carlos, Andy Robertson, Aaron Cresswell.
Yeah. Chilwell to some, I guess. Luke Shaw. Everybody likes Luke Shaw now.
Yeah. For now.
And I mean, everybody likes Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, undisputed king.
Yeah,
king of left back.
Exactly. Nobody will ever beat him.
I've thought of one.
I'll go on. How many positions have we got left? 2.
Yeah, centre mid and striker.
I thought we had Bronson up front.
Yeah, it's ended up looking 4-4-2.
Oh, is it? Okay, sorry.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to. Could be. We could put
fine.
someone behind her. Either way, I've got his guy from The Revenant.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I have seen. Like,
yeah, I have.
So that's a bonus. So I thought like sharpshooter, stick him up front.
Yeah.
Now take that with a pinch of salt. Obviously, he's not like the world's best shot. Otherwise, he
No.
wouldn't end up deaded. But you know, bit selfish. You need that. Bit Salah like. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I
goals.
think that's an interesting pick, and it's a bit of a. I mean, him next to Charles Bronson, Tom Hardy. It's a very, it's a different offering.
I think he's called John Fitzgerald.
Yes, it is.
Great, great. Okay, just one centre mid to go.
We're gonna have to pick one of his not as good films now.
I mean, he's got enough roles here that we can carry one, right?
Yeah, it's just picking which one, really. I mean, he's in all sorts of things. He's in Band of Brothers and Black Hawk Down, and as we said before, Star Trek Star Trek Nemesis. The Reckoning was a separate film.
Band of Brothers could be a decent shout. Team player and all that.
He was only in 2 episodes. I've not seen Band of Brothers for years.
I was going to say, I think I've seen some, but I don't remember Tom Hardy in it. But then it was ages ago, so he might look considerably different.
He was also in This Means War, where him and Chris Pine fought for the attention of Reese Witherspoon in what surely is probably his biggest regret, I assume.
Oh my gosh.
I've not seen that either, but I feel like I don't know if that's that it may come to that, so let's not rule it out.
We could drop that in as kind of like the inexplicable reason Solskjaer chooses Fred. We choose to have This Is War, Tom Hardy. Why? I don't know. We just do. He's just in the team.
Yeah, and it's I suppose it's kind of like the luxury champagne player that you kind of have to really work hard to facilitate.
Yeah, why not?
Apparently, he's called Tuck in it.
Oh, exciting!
So that's it. We've somehow managed to do it. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was.
I'm surprised by the amount of struggle.
Yeah, I am really. Because we were originally thinking of doing like Tom Hanks or something, and then we thought, we've had Tom Hanks in a few of them. We don't need to do that again. And then no wonder that would have been a good idea. But we managed to just about do it.
He's backed by popular demand. It's Ronald Koeman with the team sheets. Hey guys, it's Ronald Koeman here to do the Tom Hardy characters team sheet. The team name is Paul Inception, and the team will play at the Medeski Max Stadium. The manager is Al Capone, assisted by Alfie Solomons from the Peaky Blinders. I love that show. They're playing a 4-4-2 formation. In goal is Venom. He's got Ronnie and Reggie Cray in front of him, with Mad Max and even Locke are the fullback positions. In the midfield is Bane, and he has Dr. Rick Hansen alongside him. And up wide is Farrier and Eames. Up front is John Fitzgerald from The Revenant, great film, and Charles Bronson. Okay, that's the team. Have a good one. Bye, guys.